My name is Stephany, and this is my Flourish story. About 4 years ago, I went through divorce, and the Lord totally healed my heart of that. But then the enemy started to bring in doubts and lies about different things that had kind of been planted during that season, about my worth and about just my purpose, and whether what I did mattered, and whether people saw me, and whether I was loved or acknowledged, and all of these things about worth and purpose. And out of that, I began to isolate. It started as just small thoughts about my worth, and then it grew and grew and became more of something to question during that time. And in my isolation, I started a relationship, and because I was isolated, the things that the person said to me during that time, I began to believe, and they echoed all of the lies that I had been hearing about my worth and my purpose, and that the things that I was doing on earth didn't matter, and my church didn't matter, and my friends weren't good friends, and the quality of my life wasn't actually very good at all. I'm hearing lie after lie and just believing that that's the truth of why I'm struggling so much. The problem is me. And so because I had isolated so much, I believed everything that this person was saying. And it was very easy for me to shift everything in my life from one day to the next because the truth had shifted. And so at that time, I stepped away from most of my friends, most of my family, most of the people who had seen everything that the Lord had healed me from after my divorce, and was just kind of entrenched in solitude. And the lies got a lot louder and the truth got a lot softer, and my decisions just kept getting worse and worse, and it snowballed. And during that time, I was very alone and grieving, but I wasn't sure what I was grieving. And so I would spend a lot of my time crying and trying to figure out what was wrong with me, what was the issue, and why was I so sad. Everything I would try to fix it, it wouldn't help anything. And so I realized one day, like, it had to do with just me missing the Lord. And when I reached out to the Lord and just tried to make contact immediately, He brought relief. And it was kind of a moment of exchange where immediately when I said, like, I didn't even have to say anything. He just met me and was like, I'll lift this off of you. I'll make this easy. If you walk away from this, I will shift you into a season where you're not going to have to grieve anymore. And out of that came one of the most beautiful seasons of my life, because the Lord started to remove all of the lies that I had heard in that time and take away the lies and fill it with the truth. The more I spent time with the Lord and the closer I grew to Him, He replaced the lies with the truth of who He was. And that in turn taught me everything I needed to know about my identity as a daughter. He showed me that He was Father, and that He was a healer and comforter and a friend. The garden season that I'm in now looks like living with the truth in mind, and not living under the lies anymore, but walking in the healing and the freedom that the Lord gave me at that time. And a big part of the lies that the enemy told me were that I wasn't getting any closer to finding the person that God had for me. And what has come out of the garden season is that the Lord began to open doors, and He brought the right person into my life. my story is not special, and that if you're walking through a desert season, that the Lord has something other than that on the other side for you, because he is healer, he is comforter. That's not unique to me. It's just who he is. So if you're walking through something that feels extremely dark, his promises for you are that there is light on the other side. The Lord will comfort Israel again and have pity on her ruins. Her desert will blossom like Eden, her barren wilderness like the garden of the Lord.